And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Ooh, I apologize for the extended break, but we have our players, we have our results, and my condolences to the player you, the Australian Protoss, did go down 2-0 versus Koht, but did put up a fight, did have a long, drawn-out best-of-3 series with Koht, and now we have a rematch, potentially the first of many. If you're in the chat, predictions are now open. Place your bets on how you think this series will unfold and who makes it to the grand finals against Nice. In the top left-hand corner, we have the Chinese Terran player representing Mystery Gaming. It is Oriana. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have oh my. We have the pink Zerg player from the land of Hong Kong representing Team Gosu, going for a gas pool opener. Very aggressive. It is Koht. Here we go. The aggression is upon us. Again, with a fast gas opener like this, we can go for a Bane Bust. We can most likely go for a Roach Rush as well. It makes sense. Oceanborn has a bit of a shorter rush distance by ground, so going for aggression makes plenty of sense on a map like this. We do have a hatchery behind this, and this shouldn't be an all-in. I mean, there are all-in variations of this, but with this hatchery, we should just be looking to get some damage done early on with roaches, and then transition into droning into a later game, once we get ahead, ideally. Spawning pool is done. Lings are on the way. Ooh, we do invest into Ling speed. Interesting choice. Ling speed is on the way, and we haven't pulled out a gas. Because we haven't pulled out a gas, this can lead into a Bane Bust, sorry, a Baneling Nest, or still a Roach Warren. And here we go. Our tech of choice is going to be that Roach Warren in the end. So it's going to be Roaches alongside Lings as well. This is looking like an all-in here. We can morph in some Ravagers across the map, and Lings, they can flood in as well. SCV does confirm how late the hatchery is, does confirm the Lings, so Oriana is aware of the pool first, of at least it being a pool first. Doesn't know how aggressive Koht is, but knows that aggression is upon us. Reaper is going to be chasing down some of these Lings. Two Lings do bypass that Reaper. They can go straight for the CC. They can delay the CC even. They do hit in that direction. Two Lings did get shut down. Marine already out as well. We can maybe try and disrupt the CC, but we shouldn't be able to get much more than that, as there is that Marine in position. There we go. Oh, the SCV! Oh, it's so low. And we do not get the SCV. It lives. Somehow it survives. We can continue making RCC. Meanwhile, the Reaper did get into the main base, did confirm that gases were continuing to be mined. Didn't see the roaches, but can piece it all together as the roach push is moving out. Behind this, yep, there we go, bunker on the high ground. Just like previously, Oriana should be giving up the low ground, should be giving up this CC and defending his main base instead. But that is why I like this all-in from Koht, because we have Ravagers soon to be on the way. And these Ravagers, their goal, to knock down the front door, and for Lynx to flood in as well to get on top of the bunker, to overwhelm and get out of control. But on the other side, it's a 1-1-1 opener. Previously, Oriana defended with a 3cc opener. This is a straight-up 1-1-1, so we have a faster production, faster units. Cyclone is out. The army has arrived. And we will be bottling down at least a reactor. Oh, Cyclone taking a lot of hits. The repairs so far are on point. The Biles will be connecting. The reactor goes down. Already some damage is done. The wall, no longer a wall. Additional files are connecting, but a second Cyclone's on the way. And it feels like Koht is running out of steam. He will get that debo. Just barely gets one. He gets both. Good damage supply blocking Oriana. But from here, I feel like we need to get the hell out of here. We need... Oh, no! Yeah, one Ravager goes down. We need to back off. Behind this, Koht, he is droning, is looking to get further ahead. He has done a decent amount of damage. Looking at the units lost here, he killed 3 SCVs, killed a Reaper, killed some production, killed depots. But he cannot break the main. Not like this. Oof. And we may have to retreat. Obviously, ideally, we bait the Cyclones out and we get a surround with the Lings. But Koht, he can't afford to lose these Ravagers. Back at home, still heavily droning. Cyclones have arrived. They get a lock on. Oh, they take down a Ravager. Brutal loss there for the Zerg. And Oriana, he's looking to chase down and hunt down some more of these Ravagers. He wants them, Bobby. He wants them. Behind this, because it was a 1-1-1, Banshee production is already upon us. Additional Cyclones as well. Getting into a delayed third CC. Oof, oh, nice bile. Really nice bile here from Koht. Very nice tracking. In the main base, Queen is in position. Additional Queens are on the way. Decent lock-ons, trading with the Lings. Koht not quite paying attention. He is going to have to back off. Third base is under threat. We should be able to hold on to it, but a lot of Lings are going down. Get the lock-on on the Ravager. And here comes the rest of the army. Here comes the follow-up push. The Cyclones have been doing well. We've been droning. Koht has been droning. Koht doesn't have much of a ground army, and with the addition of these Marines and more Cyclones, oh, one Cyclone goes down. Second barely gets saved. Oriana asleep at the wheel for a moment, but with these Marines, yeah, there's no way to save this third. It's not going to happen. Third base is going to go down. A big loss here for Koht. Yeah, he just doesn't have enough to really contest against this, especially with the Banshee coming in as well. There is no cloak. We don't need cloak. So Oriana is going to back off. Behind this Evo chamber on the way, gases are being taken as well. Koht still just trying to recover economically. Going for the lair. This should be for Roach speed. Should be for, again, just an additional Roach play. Back at home, Oriana just stabilizing here. Getting up to additional tank production, Marines, Cyclones. Stim on the way. Oriana's in a good position. Essentially, Oriana, he's ahead economically, especially upon killing this third base. Like, Oriana, he's got 3 CCs, triple mule production. He is ahead in the worker count, and that will soon be reflected in the army count as well. Basically, there is a lot of pressure on Koht right now to do some counter damage. So far, so good. Queens, they keep up, they deflect the Banshees. 1-1 upgrade, 1-1 upgrade soon to be on the way. Oh, he is holding. He is looking to hold on. Banshee's coming in once again. They're gonna shave off a couple of Lings here and there. Again, there is no cloak, so we wouldn't have to worry about detection. The Queens, oh my god, taking a lot of hits though. So Oriana backs off. And again, he's just happily getting his third base up and running. The tank count looking damn solid. And eventually, Oriana is going to push. Now, when the push does occur, there is a world, especially if the creep is towards the halfway mark, then maybe we can engage ahead of time. We can try to catch the army unsieged and have a better engagement, have a better position. There is potential with a Roach Ravager based composition. Like, these biles, they provide a lot of, again, potential with what you can achieve with an engagement. If the biles connect, we can take a fight. Depending on how juicy the connection is, I mean, we can even do more than just win a fight. But now we're going to be setting creep. We're gonna attempt to spread creep. As tumors are getting picked up. Oriana making sure that the logo is safe. The logo is secure. As here we go, we've been building up towards this massive timing here. How many tanks do we have? We have 4 tanks. Stim and combat shields. 1-1 is done. Oriana, he wants to engage. Ravagers are forced back. Biles have run out, and we are edging ever closer towards the bases here of Koht. And can we do anything about this terrifying army? So far, bathing speed is still on the way. Oriana peeling off a couple of units. Cyclone going to be going down. Decent tank shots are going to be going off. We catch some drones. Cody's getting ready for a surround. He wants to try to dive on this army. The tanks are a little bit exposed. They should be going down. Yeah, the tanks, they will be bowed down. Not a bad fight for Koht. But the tank barely survives as it finally gets cleaned up, and Koht does force back the army. Forces it back. Banshees have arrived. There's very limited anti-air. The queens are coming forward. And Koht may have dealt with the first wave, but here comes the second. Decent files. Bailings, they try to connect, but alas, it looks like Oriana barely has too much. He breaks through. It was close. But again, the tank was doing so much in the back line. No creep here whatsoever, which isn't helping. But once again, trying to engage. But he just doesn't have the economy to sustain this. Yeah, roaches are trickling on in. The tank's doing a lot of damage here in the back line as well. Biles are connecting. Wow. But we can just keep on pushing. There's no slowing Oriana down. Not anymore. Aye, aye, aye. We get the queens. We get both queens. And there's one Ravager left. GG gets called as it goes down. And Oriana will take game number 1. GG. And Oriana having a solid defense early on. Having an even better counterattack as well with those Cyclones. The big moment for Oriana was getting a kill on that hatchery. The fact that he killed the third base of Koht really early on there gave Oriana a massive boost. Made sure that Oriana stayed ahead economically, that the production and the economy of Koht was disrupted, was set back. So yeah, just a really, really pivotal moment there for Oriana. And a big reason for that was, again, Koht just wasn't ready for the counterattack. Had lost far too many Ravagers in his assault as well. And wasn't able to muster up a large enough army for that push. And with that, Oriana takes game number 1. But it's the best of 3. It is the best of 3. We still have a chance to fight back. I want to believe. I do want to believe. As we have game number 2. It's going to be on Hecate. It's going to be on Hecate here instead. A bit of a larger map compared to Oceanborn. So the likelihood of either player going all in or opening up with something aggressive is a little bit lower on a map like Hecate, but we'll see. Let's see what our players have in store for us as we load into game numero 2. Catching up in the chat. Hello, Neogist. Hello. Hello, Pikachu. Igor, Jet SC2. Not to be confused with yeah. there was once a Jet on the Cranky Ducklings at a time. Good times. See, Frost in the chat. Row Bags. Hello, Row Bags. Row Bags, not to be confused with Bags of Smile. But there are a lot of bags in the chat. Hi. And here we go, spawning in the top right-hand corner of Hecate. We have the Chinese Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Mystery Gaming. Leading the series 1-0, it is Oriana. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Pink Zerg from the land of Hong Kong. Representing Team Gosu, it is Koht. And where are you taking us this time? Again, we saw some hyper-aggression out of Koht in game number 1, but I want to believe that here, especially on Hecate, we can get into something a little bit longer. We can sink our teeth into a more macro-oriented game instead. I want to believe. Do want to believe. As for now, hatch first. Good sign. This time we're not going for a gas first build, not going for a gas pool. It is going to be hatch first instead. So a lot more economic from Koht. I appreciate it. Likewise, we have Oriana going for what looks to be a Rax expand. I don't think I've seen Oriana go 2 Rax. I don't think I've seen him go for the 2 Rax Reaper Beyond opener against Zerg. If he has, it has slipped my mind. For now, just, yeah, some classic standard openers. I appreciate it. It's been a while since I've seen just a straight up Rax expand. I'm so used to casting the Korean Terrans, and they're just so in love with the 2-Rax that that's more or less what we see all the time in TvZs. Or just some kind of quirky build. So far, I do appreciate it. Something a little bit more traditional, something a little bit more by the book. Less fancy. And from here, we do have the Overlord Scout confirming, of course, the timing of the CC, confirming the lack of additional Raxes in the low ground. Reaper is moving out. So far, everything has been spotted. Now, the question becomes, is Oriana going to go for an economic opener or an aggressive one? What I mean by that is, do we go for a third CC before Starport or after Starport? Before or after? As the Reaper does arrive, so far Ling's going to be dancing with the Reaper. No losses yet, but the Lings are getting a little bit low. Oh. Oh no, the whole position. Some rough whole position micro there as one Ling goes down, but it's only one Ling. Not the biggest of deals. And we have, so far, not our answer. No third CC yet, so it looks like a 1-1-1. Okay. Yeah. Otherwise, we would have already seen, as the factory was being built, we would have seen a third CC. So, yeah, we wait for it to finish. It's going to be a 1-1-1 opener here from Oriana. This is more aggressive. This should be leading into an abundance of Hellions, and this could lead into Banshee production. If we get a Tech Lab on this Rax, then we could get to see an add-on swap. If there's no Tech Lab on the Rax, and if we go for a Viking first, it could be something like BCs. Or we could even go for a Liberator opener instead. We have options. Meanwhile, there's that Tech Lab in production on that Rax. First Starport has arrived, and yep, there we go. It is going to be Liberator. So it's going to be Banshee Lib, and this Tech Lab should be for Stim. Should be for Stim for the Bio Army. So the goal here is that you have up to 6 to 8 Hellions to threaten one side, and you have the Banshee for you have the Liberator for the other, and the goal is for one of these to get damage done. Either the Hellions drag the Queens out of position and then the Liberator goes ham, or the Liberator drags the Queens out of position and the Hellions go ham. Something's gonna go ham. We'll see what. We shall see what. See this. Whenever I hear introductions on other casts, I play the horn sound in my head. It's ingrained into my soul. Me too. We were, as the Hellions, going to be threatening the front lines. But we're diving in. Actually, we're going straight for the Queen. Oh, a little bit too ambitious here as one Hellion goes down. Do get a tumor, but not the best trade here from Oriana. Losing one of his Hellions. But we were co-streaming ESL Masters, so we were... Oh, the Queen! Oh my god, it barely does escape. Drones, though, they're going down. The Liberator has arrived at... Remember what I mentioned before. The goal here is either the Hellions or the Lib pull the Queens out of position. The Queens were indeed out of position. 6 drones go down. They're being dragged here towards the right-hand side, and that creates an opening for the Hellions. But this time, the Lings are able to keep up. For the most part, the Lings do keep up here, but that's 8 drones going down, and the Lings are getting annihilated. And with the death of these Lings, now we can go straight for the drones. Not into the natural, into the main base. Volleys are going off, roaches are on the way, but drones are going down. They're just getting roasted. The barbecue. 11, 12 workers go down. Liberator has been dealt with as well. Koht, he holds, but he lost 12 workers in the process, and as a result doesn't have the best economic position here. Again, we wanted to get rid of the Hellions. The Hellions, they get outscaled as the game goes on. Oriana going for his third TC. Oriana not in a bad position here. Was maybe hoping for some more worker kills, is what I will say, but behind this, there's no roach speed. The lair is done, but without roach speed, we can't really go for a counterattack. We're stuck at home. Koht, he's stuck defending here, taking another base and redroning. Still investing into gas, still doesn't have enough for, or will soon have enough for roach speed, and there it is, roach speed is now on the way. But again, without it, Koht is stuck at home. But yeah, I was going to say that we were co-streaming the other, over ESL Masters, and For some of those matches, when the players were introduced, I manually played the horn. The trumpets, the fanfare. You have to do it. You have to do it. I'm the same. Like, I hear it in my head. I've been conditioned, but that's also because we've been casting for 6 years. It just feels wrong. It feels wrong if you're tuning into a cast and there's no fanfare. Or especially if there's just no sound at all. Like, ESL, sometimes they have like the, I almost said interference matrix. No, what is it? Inception. The Inception music. Like, sometimes they got like the Inception horn going on or something epic. But you need something. As behind this, we do see Koht just building up his Roach Ravager army, getting into his 1-1 upgrades. Oh, tunneling. Okay, tunneling claws and burrow on the way. Koht, you have my attention. Burrow just did finish up. Tunneling claws in production. Koht so far doing a decent job at holding on, getting his 4th up and running, droning up. Meanwhile, Oriana across the map here is also building up his own push. Oh boy, that's a lot of tanks. We are up to 3, soon to be 4 tanks. 1-1 is done. This is the same push that killed Koht in game 1, sorry, on Oceanborn. Same push. And Oriana is moving out. On Oceanborn, Koht was able to barely survive the first wave. It was the second wave that killed him. And we'll see if Koht can survive the first wave again. He's got some decent creep spread. The army's arriving, this time no Lings, only Roach Ravager. There's only 1 Ravager. Uh-oh. We need more Ravagers. We need to somehow deal with these tanks. As the army's going to be pushing on forward. Tanks leapfrogging forward as well. Again, Koht, he may be up in army supply, but that is inflated supply. The soup does lie. Massive tank shot's going to be going off. The Roach is coming from behind, but they can only get 1 tank. GG gets called. It's just too much. And Oriana will snowball out of control, taking game number 2 and the series. GG. GG, well played again. The push was just too much. Unfortunately, Koht was building up an army, was getting ready to harass, but wasn't ready for that push. Again, only 1 Ravager. With only 1 Ravager, there's just no splash damage to slow down the army, to threaten the tanks. There was nothing to really contest against it, and as a result, Oriana just, got out of control. GG, well played. With that, Oriana will advance on to the grand finals. As to be expected, Oriana, he was kind of the one pegged here to really vie for that #1 spot. And we'll see if he can get his revenge. We shall see.